Hey everybody, welcome back to The Check here at Joseki Tech, where we're looking through the work we're doing in generative AI. My name is Adam. Today joining me I have Dan and Jasmine.
Hello, hello.
So Jasmine's our Director of Marketing and Dan's our VP of Development, and he's been our main architect of what we've been building here. So last week we were looking at the fact that we were taking extra information to pass into the generative AI to build that sales email, and this was really around the template, around what today's message was. And now we're going to be adding more information about the customer and seeing how that makes for a richer experience. So Dan, you want to show us what the baseline looks like here?
Sure. So let me share my screen. Let me know.
Yep, we're with you.
HubSpot now. Okay. Standard approach. We're going to go to send an email. Our plugin's going to kick in for HubBoost here. We'll hit HubBoost to do generation. Position this window over here so that we can scroll down through and take a look at this contact skills and positions. And essentially,
right now we're sending the title, the name, and his about text.
That's correct. So what we're seeing here is this contact. If we roll down here a little bit, you'll notice they have skills in hospitality industry, customer satisfaction, and then a couple of positions at different companies. And although we have all this good information, you'll notice that none of it's really included here. The only thing that we'll see is if the contact managed to include some of that stuff in their about. So it's way less personalized than it could be.
Absolutely.
And I guess now we'll look at what the generation loop looks like when we do take into account the skills and positions. Okay, here's a contact, Andrew somebody. And as usual, we'll click email. Plugin kicks in. We'll click HubBoost to start our generation. As before, it's doing its magic and contacting the OpenAI. Okay, and here we have our generation. Jasmine, you want to take it from here?
Sure. Let's read this guy out loud and see if it even sounds vaguely human. Hello, Andrew. Your track record of turning big ideas into measurable results at Access All and beyond is nothing short of impressive. Your role as strategic growth and partnerships executive, coupled with your rich experience in sales, strategic partnerships, and marketing, showcases your innovative approach to driving growth and engagement. At Joseki Tech, we're excited about the possibility of supporting your mission to support customer-centric, emotion-driven solutions. Our suite of technology solutions is designed to complement your expertise in hospitality, customer satisfaction, and your knack for crafting qualitative and quantitative solutions focused on sustainable growth. We believe our tools can help you streamline your operations, enhance customer engagement, and facilitate innovative marketing strategies. Together, we can push the boundaries of what's possible and create even more significant impact in sectors you're passionate about, especially in promoting charitable programs that benefit children's education and health. Let's explore how Joseki Tech can be part of your journey towards operational efficiency and strategic innovation. So I think that this is about as personalized as it gets. It sounds like somebody did take the time to read this guy's resume, understand his profile, understand the kind of people and work that he does, and actually involves what we do with what they are doing. So it's not just, we can help companies like yours, it's we can help you specifically achieve your goals from what we've seen on your profile. This is what we think your goals are, and this is what we think would work for you, and how we can work together in those ways. So I think that this is awesome, frankly, just for the growth that we've seen from the beginning of just the most generic kind of email that you're sending out to any old person, to now this Andrew somebody is getting exactly what they want from this message. They understand what we are trying to sell to them and why we think that we are the best choice. So what does everybody else think about it?
I think it's interesting, and I think this is one of the things I feel about the generative AI. It's about getting the right data in there. So we started with just the LinkedIn about, which is as good a place as any because it's good free text of what the person thinks about themselves. But now we're really taking it to the next step, right? We're looking at the specific skills, which give us more detail about what is this guy doing, as well as what their path was from job to job. So it lets us really get to that next level. And I think for other applications, there will be whatever is unique to your application that's going to be the important point to put in there. So whether that's that customer's past sales, or if we take and we look at what that customer, if they've been to your website, what pages are they looking at your website, right? That'll point us toward what are the products that they're interested in. But it's really about getting that richest set of data into the AI so that it can make some appropriate decisions about what's going on.
Yeah, just to check and see visually kind of verify what it's doing here. I believe if we look at this contact and we scroll down, their skills are listed as hospitality and industry, the description, just trying to see if we can see this position come up here, the strategic growth and partnership. I'm kind of wanted to see some connectivity here, right? Talking about startups here. Did we have any language about startups?
What do we have as their roles, their jobs? Strategic growth and partnerships. There's that.
Yeah,
There's their
solutions on sustainable growth.
Okay, so it did. We can positively identify, pick something out of position 0.
Your role as blah.
Yeah, Adam's point is about skills. I'm just rolling slow so we don't miss it. But
skills, I think, is up top. This is just one field.
Hospitality,
hospitality, customer satisfaction. Your expertise in hospitality, customer satisfaction.
Okay,
and your
cool.
So
I think as we tune, we may want to loosen things up a little bit, so we see less verbatim text of what it's got. And isn't there a dial we can tune for that, Dan?
I believe so. OpenAI has I believe there's like a temperature setting that we can adjust.
Yeah. So a tweak to that, so it's taking the idea from there, but not necessarily the verbatim words, because I think that's what the generative AI also offers, is like kind of spreading it out. We don't want to make it look like we were cutting and pasting from the list of data.
Yeah.
Cool. So I think this is a real good result.
I think as just one more thing that I wouldn't say I would necessarily include in there is the promoting charitable programs and benefit children's education. I feel like that feels, when I'm reading it, to have nothing to do with the rest of it, and it is just pulling in information to make it sound more personal, but doesn't actually align with anything that we are trying to say necessarily. So in the final section where it says you're passionate about, especially in promoting charitable programs and the benefit of children's education and health, that just sounds like it's sprinkling in some information that isn't necessarily needed. So I think going back to what you were saying of like turning down the exact verbatim from their profile would probably help in just making sure that we don't look like we're just spitting out anything that comes to mind, essentially.
We can actually just try this real quick in a feedback loop, right? Let's just tell it to do that. And this will give us at least a second sampling as well.
That sounds better. It sounds more professional. Just to reread that last paragraph, our suite of technology solutions is designed to complement your expertise in hospitality, customer satisfaction, and your ability to craft qualitative and quantitative solutions focused on sustainable growth. I also did notice that the language changed a little bit to craft qualitative and quantitative before it was a comma in between, which made it look a little bit awkward. So I like that it did update that.
Is it listening to the call? Because that's how you read it the first time.
Maybe it's listening to us. That's the best part of AI. We can just feed it information. We believe our tools can help streamline your operations, boost customer engagement, and facilitate innovative marketing strategies. We're eager to explore how Joseki Tech can support your mission towards operational excellence and strategic innovation.
So for next week, I'm hearing you guys want like an Alexa skill that listens to the podcast and then trains the model, right?
Ideally.
All right.
Maybe we should start just feeding in all of the transcripts from it.
I think that's a reasonable idea, but we can explore some of the privacy concerns between now and then. So I think this is a really great step around what we're seeing. And I think we're kind of reaching critical mass on getting data in from all the different angles. So we've talked about knowledge base, we've talked about the starting instructions, we've talked about the feedback, we've talked about the information that we have about the customer. So we've now got good, rich data for all those pieces. And now it's really going to be about tuning and tuning and tuning from what we have there. But I think our plumbing is feeling pretty well set at this point. So that's a pretty good landmark. So our next game, we're going to look at some tools that we've been building to help speed along the tuning process. So we can start looking at, as opposed to onesie twosies, we can start looking at batches of data. So with that, thanks everybody, and we will see you next time.